And
Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
Welcome to the Cam Shenanigans podcast,
You mean Shenanigans? Oh! You're talking about Shenanigans, right?
where Mike, Trent, and Zach, and a guest will debate all things automotive.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Make sure to check out Cam Automag on all the social medias at Cam Automag. And don't forget to support our sponsor, Hustle Energy.
hello, everybody. Yeah, support our sponsor. I'm not fucking around on YouTube trying to figure out something to watch while I ignore half this podcast. That's Hustle Energy. It's good stuff. I'm Mike.
Wow.
I had a lazy weekend. I'm joined by Dave, who forgot he owned a fucking Honda,
Yep.
and Zach, who survived a 17th century disease.
I'm doing well.
God.
Glad you're still
The
here,
rashes are
Zach.
clearing up.
Fuck.
Right.
Why does my mouth taste like iron?
Oh, Zach.
It tastes like burning.
Oh, Zach. I don't think this is going to be a problem. Zach, is this thing only in the Cam Shenanigans group and not on, like, the Cam Facebook page?
Fuck, maybe. Hold on, shit.
Oh, this is going swimmingly.
Oh, hold on. I can. Oh, I can't change it while we're live. Shit.
Oh, that's wonderful. Don't worry, I'll just link over the old YouTube page. Hold the fuck on.
And Andrew's here. We were scared you weren't going to show up.
Yay, Andrew, you're here.
Yay.
Yay. Let's see. God, this better be on the YouTube page.
It's on YouTube. It's definitely on YouTube because Andrew's watching.
Okay, there it is. Just click on this and then click on this. Copy. Close that. I don't need to hear my own voice. I hear that enough all day, every day. Horrifying.
I don't know. It's quite soothing and sensual, if you ask me.
Good. Oh, speaking of soothing and sensual, Dave, when we get the new studio set up, I'm going to have you come over and re-record the Nerding for Beginners intro.
Oh, you got it.
You're going to be our new deep voice, like, voiceover guy.
I'm so here for that. Oh, classic.
I like how we have Facebook user.
I'm in.
Which means I probably set something up wrong.
Probably.
This is
Hi,
why
Facebook
we
user.
This is why we let Trent do it.
I learned how to do it now. I can do it next time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Sprinkle it allegedly all over this thing.
Well, I did some stuff.
You talk about the stuff you did while I try to figure out who this person is. I'm scared.
It's probably going to be AJ or...
It's probably going to be somebody. It's got to be somebody we know.
yeah.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
Great
No.
content.
Anyway,
So
continue.
I did two big things this weekend. I went to Eaglewood, which is, in my opinion, the premier car show in Utah.
Okay.
Full of some of objectively the best cars in Utah with some of the worst car owners in Utah. But that kind of what happens when you buy. Dude, okay, I was talking to this guy, and he has an LP640 in a stick. Murcielago. Very rare car, a very cool car.
Okay.
And I knew more about his car than he did.
Well, it happens sometimes, you know?
Because he owns two of them, and he was like, yeah, I was asking him, like, oh, like, how often do you go through clutches on your e-gear car? Oh, I swapped it for the carbon fiber clutch. And I'm like, you mean the carbon ceramic clutch? that's sold by. I remembered the name of it at the point, but I can't remember right now. I can't remember who sold it. But he was like, "Oh yeah, I mean that one."
Nice.
Like, oh, okay, buddy. Just.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, bud. I also I met 801 Porsche driver.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram.
Who is that?
I don't know who that is.
He's a big Instagrammer here in Utah. He does. I can't remember what his thing is.
You're assuming I give a shit what other people do on the internet that aren't us.
Sorry, it's Porsche driver 801. He runs the Need to Drive Utah rallies, which are the ones that bring out like I don't know, so I find the photo of his house, like Stradman comes out to those. Like it's the big supercar rally in Utah.
You're assuming I give a shit what supercar owners do.
That's a very fair point.
Yeah, no, it's cool that you met him. I mean, that's that's definitely a move for you. Less so for old and jaded me and Dave.
I also met Mike Dankers, if you know who that is.
Ah, fuck Mike, I love him.
Fucking Dankers.
He's the best kind of asshole.
Yep. He's the guy who I bonded with over a certain human being.
Over another fucking asshole. That's a total fucking asshole.
Yeah.
We may or may not shit on his desk.
Oh, that same particular asshole, which
the one we're gonna shit on the desk of.
Yes. I shouldn't tell the story, but I'm going to anyways.
Yeah, fuck it, do it.
He made me embarrassed to even be associated with him because he had decided to take one of his cars. I'm not going to name which car because I don't need that kind of heat right now. And drive through Eaglewood. Which have you been to Eaglewood before, Dave?
I've been around the golf course. I've never actually been to the show.
But it's a very high-end community and environment.
I mean, I may or may not have driven through there at triple the posted speed limit in the Gulf.
As you should. But this event, it brings up the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris. There was 2 Bugattis there because, apparently that's the hot shit right now.
I mean, just because the Stradman got one for cheap.
Yeah, well, and then the black Chiron was there as well, too. But this individual decided to take his car and drive down the entire length of it, two-stepping.
Nice.
Shooting flames out of his car. And it was so awkward and embarrassing because I'm like, everyone's like, whoa, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I'm like, I helped build that car.
Huh. Wonderful.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this whole Eaglewood thing that I just learned, the Eaglewood golf course is a public golf course, so in theory, the 3 of us could go play.
Let's go
and make asses of ourselves.
Do it.
Oh, man.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm down.
Yeah. Just the biggest and best show that's supposed to be our Concours is on a fucking Muni golf course. Jesus. What's next? The Concours des Mulligans?
We need to start it now. We have to do it.
Bring Radwood to Mulligans. Fuck it. Let's just bring the worst of the worst together.
I'll get up the gold spray paint. I got a bunch of Steelies that I could be painting up.
God, Cam. All right. So just throwing this out there for I don't know how many people are watching. I'm assuming the 2 of you, but
Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew. There it is. And whoever Facebook user was that threw out big booty people.
Yes.
He's not wrong though.
No, he's not. I mean, although
they we don't know who they are.
Yeah, listen. Knowing our audience, it's probably a dude. Come on.
Our entire demographic, I think, is 0.8% female.
Yeah, no, it's like it. No, it's Sally. I think Jamie, and like my 2 ex-girlfriends, and I think that's it. The rest, dudes.
I mean, there's KCA occasionally.
Oh yeah, occasionally KCA, occasionally Jan Gurday. So But it's still,
I-
it's like 5 women.
I had my ex watch 2 or
Valid.
3 times, which was not weird as shit.
There you go. No, my friend Teresa watched once. She had no idea what was going on. And then she watched a Twitch Thursday. That confused her even more.
I mean, not surprising.
No. But shout out to her in Houston, H-Town till I drown. Whatever. Oh, yeah, so in the coming months, we will no longer be 3 separate faces on 3 separate screens unified into one.
It's going to be a great time.
We're going to be back in the same room. And hell, 2 of us are going to be living in the same fucking house. Me and Zach.
David's going to come to our house to...
Yeah, I'm gonna drive all the way down there. Which actually, you are on my drive home on Mondays at this point.
Not bad.
All right, we'll feed
I mean,
you.
I work off 90th on the freeway. I'm just driving up to Fort Union now.
Yeah, listen, it'll be like old times. I'll feed you and everything.
Yeah, see, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefit with Mike moving in. First off, he's an adult, which I didn't think I ever had to say. And then yeah, I'm going to get free food because it's going to be like, oh, I cooked this giant roast. And I'm like, I don't know, do you want some? I'm going to be like, Mike, that's never a question. Never.
No, I'm going to be forcing you to film and edit the bowl is too small stuff in exchange for food.
I mean, I don't see a problem with that, and I would hope Zach doesn't either.
I still have raw cuts of the balls too small. I'm like,
Yeah, don't worry about those. Those are just I got a bunch of videos on my phone that I filmed that I'm just like, these are never going to see the light of fucking day.
oh, let's
It's
see
all
how much
B-roll
storage.
content now.
It's not
see
even
how much-
B-roll content. It's just like, yeah,
Love it.
it's just, but yeah, we're gonna be back in the same building, in the same room, and probably the next couple of months. So prepare for that sort of stuff. We might actually try to put together a competent show. God forbid.
Are we going to rebrand again?
God, I mean, I really don't want to. But I mean, if anything, we'll figure out how to save the audio so we can at least release this thing as a goddamn podcast.
I can't find it, so I must have deleted it. But I had like 24 gigs of storage from the bowl is too small.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a big rebranding of the bowl is too small. Some fun new stuff over on Nerding for Beginners, and then hey, real live shenanigans happening in front of your face every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday, unless we forget or I sleep in. Yeah, Zach actually.
Yeah.
Zach actually did shit this weekend. I was supposed to go to the drift event on Saturday, but it was hot as shit, and I took a nap, and then I went over to Abe Barlow's house. Shout out to him. Shout out to Hambone Knives. Had some brisket, had a couple drinks, went home, went to my friend's house, had some more drinks, and watched a very drunk man shoot off fireworks.
Like you do.
Only 2 of the big aerial mortar shells tipped over and fired, launched several rounds at some of the neighbors' houses.
Mike, I like the vision I have of you in my head because I'm laying in bed yesterday or on Saturday, being like, I kind of want to go to the drift event. Maybe I should see if Mike is out there. I don't know. Maybe if we rode together, it would have been easier. I don't know. But Mike's probably out there having a good time. I'll let him just have this fun. See, that's the image I have of you in my head.
Yeah, see, no, here's my thing about, like, because right now trying to do anything out of the track is, like, more so than it has been in past years. It's a fucking pain in the ass because it's so oppressively hot. And trying to shoot the drift event, because it's all on the blacktop, it's even worse. Even if I hide out under the grandstands, it's still just so fucking hot. And depending on the track layout, that spot is either really awesome or really fucking terrible. So, yeah, it's really one of those. It's like, I mean, they either need to start doing morning events again and just deal with the fact that half of the people are going to show up at lunchtime because, listen, you people don't fucking wake up for anything on the weekend.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, listen. The amount of people sourcing stuff the day before and trying to get it installed the morning of is utterly... It's not really shocking. It's not really surprising.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
You are definitely right.
Where's the lie?
There isn't
Where's
one.
the lie?
There isn't one. I think that's half the reason why they decided to go to like afternoon drift events.
Oh yeah, and it makes
you at least have Saturday morning to put your shit together and on the trailer.
Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense. But man, like, from the perspective of I'm going to be out there for several hours, not in a car, not doing anything except standing in the oppressive heat. It's not. Yeah. I mean, shit. I've got photos from the event before the last 2 day that I still haven't finished editing. They're just hanging out. They'll get done eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that's really where I'm at, but whatever. So, Zach, did you have something?
Oh, I was going to just finish up my story about Eaglewood.
Oh, yeah, please.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
I forgot I
Fuck your Eaglewood
sidetracked us.
story.
I forgot I totally sidetracked us with pointing out that it's a municipal fucking, like a public golf course.
Oh, that was the divergent.
Way to aim for the middle, Dad.
Hell yeah.
But, so I roll up there, not my Tacoma. I was asked to drive the C230 compressor in a stick. This car has faded paint, full back seat removed, missing grill. There's a giant gash in the bumper. It's a shit box. And so I was just going to like park it, just like on the street or something. But they waved me onto the road. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just like park somewhere like out of the way. And then they waved me onto the grass. And so it's my car, a 190E Cosworth, and a gray Lamborghini Huracan. Parked on like the downhilly bit on the grass.
Okay.
Downhilly bit. I like it.
Yeah.
The downhilly bit.
And so then I'm like, okay, well, I'm not staying here till 9:30 and leaving with the crowd because that's just gonna be a shit show. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll leave at like, I don't know, 8. Well, I can't go off the curb because there's a McLaren, a couple Porsches, and a Ferrari in front of me. I can't back up because this thing has the worst throttle control I've ever experienced. A kind of a shitty clutch.
Fun.
And it's rear-wheel drive, and it has no weight over the rear wheels, and it's on a hill, and the rear wheels are on the top of it, so there's nothing up there. So we made an entire spectacle of trying to get this car out of there. So traction control off, fucking put it in reverse, and it has the foot e-brake. So like,
oh boy,
I'm holding the handle and like trying to actuate it while trying to, but the clutch is there too. It was a nightmare. I installed it like 4 times.
A foot e-brake.
Yeah, like a truck with a kunk release.
That's wild.
Yeah,
That's fucking insane.
and like I'm just tearing up the grass, trying to like doing these burnouts, trying to get up the hill,
Fucking
but
not doing any worse than any other fucking asshole out there taking hacks on a Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, but the best part too is like I stalled it, which I was full gas in like half clutch, and it stalls on me. And so everyone's like, "Oh, you stalled it," and I'm like, "You want to get in here? Because this car's only revving to $2,500, and I had it pinned. You want to come drive this?"
There are 4 pedals down here in the foot box, my friend. You figured this out.
I got 2 feet, 4 pedals.
Yikes.
So yeah, but it was great because it's like $2,000 car, $40,000 car, $230,000 car.
That's just wild. You're just not
It was great.
just out there in some $5,000 shit box, just doing your best.
Well, no, they paid $2,000 for it. But so that was Eaglewood. Eaglewood was great and fun. I always enjoy the meet, but sometimes people can be a little fun to talk to. But I got to live a fantasy on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'm a lot younger than you guys are, and so I
Wait. Was this a Dear Penthouse Forum fantasy or Zach fantasy?
Zach fantasy?
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I hope that's the right option.
Just roll with it.
It's probably the right option.
Okay. Andrew, I'm sorry I'm poor potato quality.
Quality Zach.
But so I guess I'm a little bit younger than you guys, so I didn't get to experience this live and in the moment. So my cultural intake of this was on YouTube, where I was watching Super Speeder Rob's best cop moments, and Super Speeder Rob's like Gumball recap and Gold Run recap or Gold Rush recap and the Bold Run or whatever the fuck, all of their long form rallies.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like high school me thought that was super cool. Like all these fancy cars, you're in this big group, so you get this like massive amount of anonymity and safety in numbers, and you just hit it and just go and just drive these cool places. And I finally got expressed it. I technically did not pay for the rally, but I went on a vertical mile rally.
Hey.
And I took that same C230 compressor.
God, that poor car. That poor shitbox.
There was a GT3, an R35, R8, a whole bunch of C7 Corvettes, 2 C8 Corvettes, Camaros, Audis, BMWs, the whole lot. I'm the cheapest car there by probably about a factor of 10, except my buddy Jared, who had a Miata. And those are the only two. Yeah,
I think it's still somehow more expensive than that shitbox you were in.
Oh yeah.
Just because it says Benz on the grill doesn't mean it's a fancy or expensive car.
Well, all of my shitty friends, Andrew, I'm calling you a shitty friend because you know what you did. Every time we stopped, like,
Yikes.
How's the Chrysler running? Because if I'm correct, Dave, that platform is basically the Crossfire.
You technically have it backwards. The Crossfire is technically that platform.
Yes.
Chrysler did exactly fuck all with that car, except slap an ugly body on top of it and call it a Chrysler.
I think I think they put some more wood in it than Mercedes did on the base.
Some more
wood.
Some plastic with a faux wood grain on it.
Yeah.
So every time I stopped, my lovely friends were like, "How's the Chrysler doing? How's the Chrysler running?" I'm like, you shut the fuck up.
That's like me calling a Jag X type of fancy Taurus. We know there's nothing at all similar between those two vehicles.
No.
Well,
no.
Isn't it more Mondeo than Taurus?
I mean, it's closer to a Mondeo.
Kinda. That's even a reach. I don't know.
But that's all beside the point, though. So we get to our first stop, and I pushed the car hard. I was given permission by the owner to test the vehicle, and so I pushed that little Mercedes as hard as I could. And I had a dude in a Mustang and a Corvette behind me being like, I had to back off of you. Like, you were pushing it. and I had the dude in the GT3 be like, I'm impressed. Like that okay, yeah, that did things I did not think it was going to do. And then I was tailing a boxer up the backside of a American Fort Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
The highlight of it was, which Andrew got to see kind of in the rearview mirror, was me absolutely just throwing it sideways across traffic to try to get to a turn that I missed. Where the entire pack was in the lane over, and I was doing that dumb thing where I was in the extra lane next to them, passing them.
Mm-hmm.
And they all start turning, and I'm in the opposite lane, so there's not room for me. So I pull over. There's not a suicide lane, so I'm still in the lane of traffic going up the mountain. I see my gap and just first gear, dump the clutch, get rotated, start bringing it back, grab second. It's still spinning tire, And I grab the next corner and go for it. I linked it. And we show up to the checkpoint, and everyone was like, "Holy fuck, you did that!" I'm like, I had like a 7-car gap, so let's go for it.
Just fucking send it, bro.
Might as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was my experience getting to rip compressor C230.
Okay.
Driving characteristics: it's heavy. The steering is surprisingly accurate, but also I could tell it had a McPherson front end just by the moment I hopped in it. Where I'm like, oh wow, this feels like a McPherson front end.
Okay.
It has the like wimpiest supercharger sounds ever. Like it literally sounds like.
I mean, it's a Lysol style screw blower, and it's on a clutch, and it's probably got a shit ton of sound deadening in that intake.
They pulled all the sound deadening out of the engine bay and the intake.
Okay.
But still, it's still just. And
yeah, they don't make wines like straight vane or twin screw blowers like Eaton's and whatnot. They definitely don't make noise like that.
And the that is one of the few cars where I've driven where I'm like, why does this rev so shortly? Like this car makes no sense for it to have a $6,000 rev limit. Like, I've never hit a red line in a car so many fucking times because you're like, oh, this thing should go to 7.2, 7.4. No, it stopped at 6.1.
Yeah, 6,200 I think was max on those motors. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because they were trying to keep them together. They were really cheaply built.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, that's that red line's not really a suggestion like it is in some cars. It's a hard fucking stop, or else you're gonna scatter all that German shit.
Well, I definitely bounced that red line more than a handful of times.
There you go.
Well, first gear is so short too. So like you get into boost at like $2.5, $3,000, and then all of a sudden you're just done. You're just like, oh shit, like where's?
Yeah, some of that can be taken care of in those cars with tuning, mostly because they leave the supercharger clutched until like 99% throttle and over a certain RPM. So it's an efficiency thing, really, and they don't want you to say hello to Uncle Rodney, on like 83 octane fuel. When you dump the clutch off the line just off of idle, and you end up shoving all 7.5 pounds of hot air into that motor, and it just says, "How about no?"
I want to break free. This is rod number 3.
It's always number 3.
The other criticism I had, which was like, I've driven lots of cars that have like the delay valve in the clutch. This car I think had one, but it wasn't that bad because I could get it to spin pretty good, the tires. But that had the most limp dick of throttle control I've ever experienced. Like, it takes throttle as a suggestion. It's like, okay,
pretty sure that's like Mercedes' first generation of electronic throttle.
Oh, I believe it. It's just like, it's like, okay, like I'm gonna give it full throttle right now. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna flip the throttle to grab the next gear.
Mm-hmm.
You flip the throttle, you down, just boom, because it only revved to like 21, and you're aiming for like 42 to try to get that sweet second gear downshift.
Yeah, drivability was kind of a secondary thing with those cars, especially when it came to like sporty driving. Which is odd because they sold it as a sports.
Yeah, they sold it as like a small, like their small sports car. And it was just like, no.
Yeah, the CLK and SLK 230s were touted as sporty vehicles, but you can't really drive them very sporty.
No, that is not what that's not what they're meant for.
Yeah. No, it was just an interesting car to drive fast, and it handled actually really well for what it was, and it definitely showed its true colors on the highway, though.
Oh yeah.
In the canyon, oh yeah, I could speed. I could keep up the speed through the corners, but on the highway where I'm getting passed by these C8 Corvettes, and I'm just like, okay, do 90 when you're ready for it. Okay, come on, do 100.
You can accelerate whenever you feel ready, champ.
And then, of course, it had a weird brake grab on the driver's side after about 80, where like the driver's side front driver's side brake would kind of grab a little bit more. And so, like, yeah, let's maybe not try to do 100 and possibly have to panic brake and send the car into a spin because one wheel locked up and another wheel stood in. So,
Yeah, let's not do that.
That is my comprehensive review of that little shitbox.
All right.
Shitbox indeed.
Fucking A.
Speaking of shitboxes, when are you going to get one, Mike?
Yeah, come on, Mike.
What, am I going to get a new shitbox of some variety?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Facebook Marketplace is getting back on its bullshit. It's not showing me reasonably affordable graphics cards. And by reasonably affordable, I mean half price of retail for something 3 years old.
Yeah.
But no, they're starting to show me turbo Subarus. So $4,500 blob-eye wagon.
Okay.
And some shitty bright gold ESR wheels that I would totally sell, like right off the bat. Yeah. I ain't looking for that in my life. But yeah, manual WRX wagon. I wouldn't mind that at all. It's kind of what I'm looking for.
That kind of checks all the boxes for you,
It really does.
It's like back when you had the Legacy, that was a proper vehicle for you. It had the space to haul your junk. It was
ample room for naps.
Yeah, relatively reliable. It wasn't too terrible on fuel,
Yeah,
and I think the three of us in this room can contest to what that chassis can actually do as a car.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, all the Legacies and Outbacks that I played with are just a stretched Impreza chassis.
Yeah. I mean...
And that 2.5 can sing if you really want to make it hate itself.
Hey, man. That was the best sliding car I ever owned, that Legacy, especially in a parking lot.
Trent and I were talking about the whole Stancewood thing that we did back in the day. And if you recall, we were doing, donuts with a tow rope attached to the back of your car.
Yep.
And
dragging Manimal.
Yep. Putting him just chest first into a snowbank.
Oh, yeah. Taylor from Low State, he put 8 wheels and tires at once in my old WRX wagon.
See, there you go.
Yeah. No.
I drove an L24 to Idaho with the transmission in the back of mine in a snowstorm.
Hey, man. No, I was looking at what I owe on the minivan, and I'm just like, I mean, I could get out of this thing for... Like, I could maybe turn a profit on it. I just have to maybe hammer out the fender and reattach the bumper. But...
I mean, we could do some creative zip tie work and see what we can get.
Yeah, that's really all we need to do. But yeah, I'm just like, I mean, that would be fun. I just gotta talk to insurance people and just be like, what would it be looking at like for this thing?
So you got to think like an 04, 05 WRX wagon. That's probably going to be relatively cheap to insure since you're, not a shithead teenager.
Yeah,
you have a pretty good driving record,
Mm-hmm.
And I have some contacts for good insurance companies too if you're looking to shop around.
I kind of wouldn't mind doing that because I'm not paying any more and I'm not paying any less for insurance on the van than what I was paying for on the GTI. So I'm just like it's like they're very different things. And very different values. Why is this still as expensive as that was?
Yeah, I think I'm only like $30 or $40 a month cheaper for liability on the Taurus than I'm paying full coverage on Brandy's Charger.
Yeah, it's like I don't get it, but yeah, no, I mean it was a gorgeous like black WRX wagon. I would want a black wagon, just for reasons, just because I would definitely be There's that meme spending 20 grand on my $3,000 car to make it worth $4,000.
Stonks.
I think we've
That's-
all been there.
That would totally be me because I would be trying to find like a set of bronze TE-37s for that thing.
I mean, you should.
I mean, they would only like I would keep them like in the house, like in their own closet.
No,
And
the
then just
living room.
rock-
They're going in
and
the
then just-
living room.
Oh yeah, in the living room, but then just rock some like fucking shit kicker rotas. I don't care. What, $400 a set? Yeah, go ahead and steal them. I don't care. I got 3 more back at the house.
Right.
Like, I don't give a shit.
Come on, man. The amount of like stock legacy 17s you could throw on that car.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean,
dude.
shit. I've got a set just sitting in the bed of my Super Duty. If you ever pick up a Subaru and you want to roll on something.
Well,
Hey, man.
I got a set of wheels in the garage that you can throw on it too.
Yeah, it's just like I don't. It's like, yeah, it would just be like Monday through Friday, just like, yeah, sure, whatever garbage wheel I can find to throw on there. Like,
Right.
hell, I'll pull a Stucky and just figure out like those 3 spokes that he bought like a fucking shit ton of
Oh
when
yeah.
for his S13. Like he bought like a goddamn container full just so he would never run out of drift spares. It's like, yeah, no, I'll do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
like.
I think that the tires or the wheels I have in my garage are supposed to be knockoff TE-37s.
No, but that's so many fucking wheels. That's so many
Oh,
wheels.
no,
That really doesn't narrow it down any.
No, yeah, no, I think they're cheaper than American racing wheels. I think they might be knockoff TE-37s that are made by American racing,
Oh no.
which means they're quality.
Oof.
I mean, you really can't go wrong trying to buy a Subaru. I mean, between Zach and I, we could open up our own independent Subaru repair junkyard shop.
Oh yeah. No, I mean like, listen, we are like the. No,
We're not masters of the Boxer, but we sure do have a lot of spare parts.
No, I mean I've got.
Why crack the case when you can just buy a new engine?
Listen.
This thing needs head gaskets, so when's it coming out? Oh, I already got the other one over there.
It's cheaper to fucking swap the engine than put anything on it.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, but between the 3 of us, we also have like Casey out there, who's he
Big
spent some
ups to
time in the
sit at.
trenches.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, no,
Well, I've always said this is a weird tangent, but I've always wanted to do like a lemons race with a Subaru Legacy and just show up to the event with like 7 2.5s on engine stands, all ready to go, clutches mounted. Just shit, we blew one, put one in. 5 minutes later, let's go.
I could just see you just like winding through, just like, all right, a 2.5 twin cam, 2.5 twin cam, 2.5 single cam, 2 liter, 2.2, a fucking 1.8.
Hey man,
Yeah, 1.8.
You're just getting down to the bottom of the barrel. It's just like, oh, we have our 1.8s left.
Well,
This one rattles when I push it around.
each and 18s are strong as fuck. They have literally no stroke to hurt a rod.
I just imagine just like rolling one over on an engine stand, and you hear like the wheels kind of rattling around, and you hear shit rattling around in the engine. Like, Well, I think I know what we're doing at the next stop.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the bottom engine studs and the alignment pins, and I'm gonna go with an oversized bearing for the throw up bearing or the throw up bearing for the input shaft bearing. So the theory is 2 guys with a crowbar should be able to lift the engine and just conk. Okay, we're good to go. Bolt it up, put a starter on. Let's go.
Man,
I mean, that's basically what I did when I forgot to put the flywheel bolts in my Outback when I manual swapped it.
God,
I put the flex plate bolts back in, and I bolted everything back together, and then I keyed it over, and I heard the starter turn the flywheel, and then all of the crank bolts come out.
Oh my God.
And it was a mad fucking rush to break that trans off of that engine, pull the shit back off, throw the correct bolts onto the flywheel, and then slam everything back together, and then get the fuck out.
Oh my God.
What I did was I forgot to put the cam or the crank pickup sensor cover thing, because I don't know if the Flat Fours have it, but the EZ30 has it, where it's like this like literally like stamped pot metal ring that has like a little couple ridges on it that pick up for the thing, and it slides over the crank, and then you bolt everything to that.
Right.
And so I put everything on. I'm starting to Loctite the bolts in. I look over at my table and I'm like, "The fuck is this for?" Ah!
I may or may not have done that with a couple of Ford V8s.
Oh. When we were doing stuff when we were like replacing the starter on Rhonda, there were for sure leftover bolts, and I'm like, "Fuck it, this thing runs without them."
I have several boxes in my garage of just unknown Subaru bolts where I'm like, I'll probably need these because I'm going to find out where these go at some point and want them for something.
Dude,
just an oil and grease filled Ziploc bag with a bunch of hardware in it.
It's one of those like 40-gallon like plastic Tupperware totes that have black with the yellow lids on it, and just the entire bottom is just littered with them.
Dude,
I thought of another story. Oh.
We can't be the only ones that use Tupperware to organize bolts. I mean, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's how it is.
The other story you mentioned earlier about sliding Subarus.
Oh God.
I just clicked my head. I think I was with Jackson. We were leaving Transition City over here up on the 7th.
Yeah.
And it was snowing. I was in the flat six Subaru. It was still all-wheel drive. And I remember pulling out and seeing the snowplow down the street. Like, he was getting close. I'm like, I don't want to be behind the snowplow. I want to be in the fresh snow. And just
spoken like the young dipshit.
So the most aggressive, just full sideways, like, I am now in oncoming traffic trying to catch the back end of this car out. Just off and over. I bring it back, touch the curb. That snowplow driver, like, and he's now like 4 cars from me. He is now slowed down to watch my dumbass try to find traction and get going straight.
Oh my God.
That was great.
That's
man.
Yeah, well, just that faithful. Go ahead, Zach.
No, I was saying, it's just the straight pipe, so it's like that, just way too loud, just off rev limiter. Just
God. Yeah, no, just that fateful night. Me, Dave, Trent, Tommy, Joey was there. I think Jordan Oakes showed up at some point in his S13.
Yeah, he had that RB20 car. Yep.
And then Manimal was there too, just riding along. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was the first one out in every parking lot because I had 70 series tires and I didn't give a fuck.
And you found a couple of curves that night that the rest of us would have obliterated our shit on.
Oh yeah, like the first time I hit a curb, I'm just like, oh God, this is a problem. And then the second one, I'm just like, nope, we're good. Just sliding.
I mean, didn't you go completely over the first curb you found?
Yeah, I did. Stock ride height legacy Outback. Yeah, fucking A. Man, that would be a fun one to have again, just because they're disposable and I don't give a shit.
They are disposable.
Yeah.
I mean, it sure beats having a car payment.
Right.
There was the time I slid the Mustang into the curb trying to go into the granite shop.
Yeah, that was. I do remember that. That was a good time.
I was just like, because it would lock up. It would lock up the fronts just like on a whim. Like, you look at the brakes, just front's locked. Front's locked.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was your typical '80s Ford where the front brakes would grab almost immediately, and the rears were just drums that, I mean, had a suggestion of braking.
They were more used as like chassis weight to weigh the vehicle down than it is to stop the vehicle.
You might as well have had 2 fucking snares back there.
I could have deployed a sail faster than to stop with those brakes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Parachute!
Sticking a broom.
Just
sticking a broom. Just a broom handle at the window. Just drag that shit behind you.
You just get one of those little 5-pound like rubber coated boat anchors. Just hep.
With Zach's, like, it would bounce and like make connection with like somebody's brand new Super Duty.
I mean, you'd be getting stopped pretty quick though.
Yeah, instant stoppage.
You fucked up my fender. You scratched my anchor.
Oh, the Caddyshack references. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Rodney Dangerfield. Thank you so much.
I do miss that Mustang because like I still remember the day I was like, oh, it's snowing. Let's go drifting. So pull the Mustang out, drop the top. I got my coffee in one hand because it was an auto. Just sitting there, one coffee in one hand. Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah. Drop top.
Honestly,
drop,
I miss that car. Like,
it's a fun car. Well, it was such a fun car too because like most problems it had were relatively easy to fix. Like there was the day at the shop where I was like, "Fuck, I can't stand not having a heater anymore. I'm gonna fix it." So I just pull off the heater core lines, take the air compressor.
I mean, you blew so much rusty shit out of that thing.
Oh, I was so scared that I was going to like because the Fox bodies have notoriously bad heater cores. Or they just
could have just stopped it. The Fox bodies have notoriously bad. It just left it there.
Well, I remember like I bought it in such shambles too. Like the back window doesn't work, or the back glass is broken. The windows in the rear don't roll up. There's a hole in the soft top.
It was a 2.3 auto drop top Fox body. That thing was in shambles when it rolled off the line.
And I still so terribly regret getting rid of that car.
Oh, it was such a fun car. Well, and like what other things like were it dumped like 5 gallons of fuel in the what was it, the Layton Krispy Kreme parking lot? Or like
hell yeah.
It really smells a lot like gas right now. Oh shit, the donut on the gas tank is gone, so it's just the filler neck is just wobbling inside the tank.
Oh man,
just Fox body things.
Yes.
Well, I got on the highway the first time. Like I get up to what I thought was speed, and I have a semi passing in the slow lane at like 85. And I'm like, oh fuck, we're doing 45 on I-15 right now.
I am speed.
I don't remember. I don't know why that car had like 195 60 14s on it.
But it did.
Well,
Should have been. God damn. I don't even remember why or what it should have had.
Thanks, Ronald Reagan.
I just know that 85 on the Speedo was definitely more like 50.
Well, so I was going with Madison out to Grantsville, and I'm like, okay, we can open her up right now. We got a straightaway out here. And I got that Speedo.
Yeah, we can open her up.
We can open up this 2.3 liter, naturally aspirated 80s Ford engine.
88 horsepower at the crank before you factor in the accessories and the porridge converter.
The AOD bullshit.
I can just imagine. All right, here we go. We're gonna open it up.
Well, I got the Speedo pinned into the odometer, and I'm like, okay, let's see what she's doing. So I pulled the phone out, and Madison's just like casually cruising next to me in the Riata, and I open up the Speedo, and I'm like,
another notorious
we gotta
speed demon.
I got me doing like 85, or I got me to like 95, like maybe 100 on this thing. I opened the thing, 78 miles an hour. And I'm pretty sure it's an 80 at that point, too, so it's actually not even speeding.
They put 100 on the dash, and that was fucking ambitious.
No, I think it was 85 on the dash.
Yeah, the Speedo went to 85 on that.
That's still ambitious.
And it had a giant red line for 55 because that was the interstate limit back when that car came out.
Actually, it wasn't when that car came out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
They abolished the national 55 mile an hour speed limit in, I want to say it was March of 1987.
Well, the Fox body came out 87 or 86.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, that car was a 91. Keep that in mind.
That was a 93.
No, it was a 91.
Was it 91? Hold on, let me check my notes.
But I mean, my 94 Taurus has an 85 mile an hour speedometer with a giant red 55 on it. So
Yeah, I keep a list of all the vehicles I've owned because I'm not. Yeah, this says 93, which I would have made this when I had the Mustang.
yeah, pretty sure it was a 91, but maybe it was a 93. I don't know.
Let's see.
Remember when we were going to call it the GT 100?
Yeah, good times. Good times.
I don't know. Let me see if I can find the Facebook.
I would love to get another. I would love to get another Fox body, but yeah, it would have to be a Cooper convertible. And if it's a straight car, it's definitely not going to be cheap anymore.
Gentlemen, 1995 was when Congress repealed the 55 mile per hour federal speed limit law.
No, I thought it was the 80s. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
I think before that Congress was rolling shit back and giving more power to the states. But a quick Google, which come on, that can't possibly steer me wrong, right?
When did I sell?
I mean,
why did I sell the Mustang? Oh, I was told Mustang for the money for the project, the Flat 6 project.
Yeah, here's another story confirming it. November 29, 1995, from the Washington Post. Federal speed limit set in 1974 repealed.
Oh, okay. I see. There's one little little extra here. April 2nd, 1987. Congress permitted states to raise speed limits to 65 on rural interstate highways.
Now there we go.
No, it must have been a 93 because I listed it as a 1993 Fox Body LX, and that would have been due to the title. I would have followed the title for that one.
Then I guess it was a 93.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Thanks.
We can't see that.
We weren't doubting you either.
Well, I got a photo of this sexy beast. Oh, that guy wanted to trade me that for the Mustang.
Why didn't you?
Because he never got back to me.
The dick.
That's whack.
Yeah, that's totally.
But it had this interior.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I mean, I'm down with it.
That just monochrome, like light gray.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
God, now I'm gonna be looking at WRX parts. Fucking hell.
And this is the last photo I took of that gorgeous car with those 10 holes. With the blue interior.
The old fucking pepper shakers, bro.
Yeah.
Hey.
And the one headlight that never quite sat right inside the housing. I need to own more shit boxes, is what I'm hearing. I miss some of my shit boxes. But there's some good photos in here from a long time ago.
Yeah. God, now I'm gonna be looking at WRX parts. Fucking hell.
I mean, what parts do you need?
I mean, so the one I was looking at, it was just springs and struts. So I'd want to just like throw coilovers on there just to refreshen that because I had 224,000 miles and I have no idea when those things were put on.
Right.
So it had an access port, so I would definitely. Oh yeah, that fucking glorious photo. Shout out to Andrew Jackson. We miss him.
Miss him, yeah.
Hope he's doing well up in Boise.
I think he's doing all right.
He's on like a 3-month like off-roading, overlanding adventure with his new
with his girlfriend. Yeah, like they're fucking just having an adventure, which is fucking great. Yeah, no, it's got an access port. I'm not like quite sure about like the tune that's on there, so I would definitely have to like book some time somewhere and just be like, yeah, I'm not sure what is on here, and frankly, I'm afraid.
I mean, you can always put it back to stock.
I think that's probably what I'd end up doing, like immediately. Just like flash the stock tune back on there.
Throw it back to stock. Hell, maybe even unmarry it, sell it to some dumbass for chump change. Make your first payment with it.
Exactly. But yeah, like I mean, coilover is probably like a decent turbo back. You know,
Easy
I would.
enough.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely give that thing a once over before I started throwing parts at it, you know.
Right. I mean, you don't have to do a lot
No.
of go fast parts on those things to make them sporty. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, at most, I would want to do like intake, turbo back, bigger top mount. Still keep it a top mount because, you know, I don't want to run 17 miles of piping. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. And then, yeah, coilovers, some snazzy looking wheels and tires that I'm okay with somebody stealing. And then a good set that I don't want stolen.
Preferably with a sticky tire that you can go have fun on the weekends with.
Exactly. And, yeah, I don't know. Depending on how those stock seats are looking, maybe some buckets.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still so sad. I got rid of that Evo bucket seat that came in the Rally Rolla.
Yeah, the one that wasn't supposed to come in the Rally Rolla.
Which I think ended up in the junkyard, which is the worst shame of all.
That is sad.
I paid way too much fucking money for that seat.
I think we've all been there for things.
Yeah, it's okay. But no, those Evo 8 seats are probably the most comfortable reclinable seats you can get.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure they're, like, it's an Evo 8 seat, so I'm sure, like, they're costing a fucking mint nowadays.
I don't know. If they're in decent shape, they're like $200-$300.
Oh, that's not too bad. Maybe I'd do that. Fuck.
Yeah.
But
not too bad.
Yeah. Oh, God. Went to the fucking... Ran some errands today and saw an older dude in maybe the cleanest, like, four-door 2.5 RS Impreza I've seen. Like, yeah, manual, like, hard, like, backing it into a spot that he could have just easily pulled into.
One of those guys.
I really just wanted to go up to him, and I knew it was a manual, too. I just really wanted to go up to him and be like, so how much?
Right? Name your price.
Yeah. So
God, even those four-door cars are going up so high in value.
I know. God, and this one was so clean. This would be one of those just like name your price and then lowball the shit out of him until he accepted a number. And then I would just fucking like flip that thing.
Right.
Just throw it up on Bring a Trailer.
Name your price. $7,500. Okay, so how do you feel about $4,000?
$7,500. Name a real price.
You know what's unfortunate is $7,500 is probably a bargain for one of those.
God, yeah. So that's why I'm looking at like $5,000 WRXs now.
Yeah.
That's man, just it's fucking wild out. God, you remember what I got Rhonda for like $2,800? Running, driving, turbo, manual, Targa. Radio didn't work because the dude ripped all the speakers out.
Well, and I mean, we found out why later, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. So, God, but yeah, now it's just like I'm finding clapped out auto NA cars for $2,800. If you want a running and driving turbo car, it ain't happening. I'm so pissed about that.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody got wise to the R154.
Yeah,
and I mean, so now they're buying the turbo cars for $3,000, yanking the transmission out of them, and then parking them out for a profit.
Yeah, they were buying them for $3,000. Now it's just like it's that, and now people are seeing like, oh, it's a turbo straight six that I can do stuff to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yep, there it is. So be prepared to start seeing a lot more of those cars just getting smashed the fuck up. Because people don't understand that there was no... Man. That boost kind of came on real quick and real hard.
It was a fun time, though.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, especially when she was spiking to 15. Those were good times.
Why does the car keep stuttering? That's boost cut. Keep going.
We just had... it. Oh, no, we... So... It's had this stupid electronic boost gauge in there that was really operating at that point more like an on-off switch, not like indicating where it was. Yeah,
the needle would stick at like 4 pounds.
Yeah,
like vacuum was fine, and that would just
Yeah, or it would like vacuum. I know I'm in boost. It would get to like 0, and then like you would be at the top of whatever gear, and then it would be like no. So. Before our ill-fated trip up to Idaho, me and Dave, 1, wired in some speakers. 2, we plumbed in his Sparko boost gauge, which ended up making its way into the dash.
Yep.
But we had it just sitting on the dash mat underneath the license plate that was wedged up in the. We were leaving Tommy's parents' restaurant in American Fork or wherever.
Just remember, Dave Coleman said data acquisition is always necessary, but never pretty.
Yeah, this is true. God. But yeah, so we're leaving, and it's just like, I'm just getting on, and it's being weird. It's bucking. It's, it seems like it's not wanting to do anything. So we get on the freeway. I put it in second. I'm like, all right. And we both just kind of look over at the boost gauge.
and she just, hep.
15, 15, 15, 15. Oh! This is making twice as much boost as it's supposed to be.
That was good times.
It was. And the clutch master cylinder died. I spent $400 on lotto tickets.
That was the day you got a crash course at rev matching.
Yeah. Oh, those poor people going up Sardine Canyon. Oh,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, fuck them. And all those fucking rednecks on the way up. God. That was... I come out of whatever fucking gas station it was, and I just see Dave's legs sticking up through the target top.
Yep.
Because he's trying to make things... He's trying to fix things, and it ain't happening.
No.
No,
she was bleeding from the inside.
Yep. So, yeah, no, we get back on the road. We pop in Huey Lewis in the news. We decide we have to go all the way. We have to go north until we run into I-15. And then take that thing south and just figure it out when we get off.
Yeah, I mean, we basically drove through Soda Springs.
Yeah.
We could have very easily just turned around and gone back down through Logan, but we would have hit far too many stoplights.
Yeah, because it was rush hour. So we're like, nah, we'll take Farmtown instead of, that shit.
I mean, we rolled, 3 stop signs?
Yeah,
to get to the freeway, and then it was smooth sailing.
Yeah, and then put Huey Lewis in the news, put the sports album in, and it flipped, and then it flipped back to side A, and we couldn't get it out because the eject button wasn't responding.
Yep.
And the volume knob was only working in the increase volume direction.
Yep.
So, my first ex, she was living in Farmington. I had just gotten the car, and I told her about it. She was like, oh, well, you should come see me. And I'm just like, I can't.
Here's the thing, babe. We've got some problemos.
Yeah, it's just like, one, I hope you're wanting to see me in the carnal sense. 2, can't do that because I got Dave here. 3, I
can find something to do.
Just hand Dave the camera. But, yeah. But 3, I have Dave here, and if the car stops, I'm not sure it's going to start up again and get going. So...
we made it all the way to... we made it all the way to the Fort Union Boulevard exit on 215 before coming out of 5th gear.
Yeah.
We drove all the way from the Idaho state line, basically.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. That was...
And shit, I think the lowest we got down to was like the bottom of 2nd gear.
Yeah.
Because we managed to get lucky and roll up to every light as it was turning green.
Yeah. So, or like right as it turned yellow, and we're like, fuck this.
Yeah, just roll into boost and let her eat right on through.
Yep. So, yeah, then we got home and...
Yeah, we managed to coast it into your parents' driveway. That car managed to stay moving from the point we bought lotto tickets to the point where we made it to your driveway.
Yep. Just... It was a wild time. God. See, that's... Yeah.
It's road trip shenanigans like that. They make the best memories.
For real. Like, that's a story I'm going to... God, I've been telling that story for how fucking long?
I mean, when did we do that? That was like, what, 2012?
Yeah. Like, it's been so goddamn long.
Yeah, I was still working at the junkyard down in Orem, so it had to be 2012. It was before I bought the Volvo.
Yeah. So, God, like, We did that. We did the
need to go
IKEA trip.
Do we need to go do a cam road trip?
Yeah, no, like I will go buy like some random car, then we will go like on a road trip somewhere.
I mean, I almost feel like we need to figure out the logistics of just buying a car sight unseen from some flyover Midwestern state and then attempting to drive it back here.
Listen, I mean, for a couple grand more, I could get another Mark 6, or for a couple grand more than that, I could get one of the V8 S5s.
Well, what I'm hearing is like that's a good idea. I'm not trying to discourage your ideas here, but we already discussed what car would be the best for this.
I've had this discussion way too many times to keep track of it. What do we say?
A second or third gen Outback Legacy platform.
Oh yeah, there we go. Fuck. Are they?
It's literally disposable. That was the term we literally used.
Yeah. Oh shit. Can we just go?
Disposable.
Man, I don't know.
Hold on, I'll look right now.
Hold on. I remember, Dave, when you were in New Mexico, you said like when I got mine, you were just like, "Oh, you should have come down here. You could have gotten one half price and with a third pedal." I wonder if that's still the case.
Honestly, I bet it is. I mean, I did also work, 3 doors down from one of the biggest Subaru shops in New Mexico, so that helped. But
Yeah, but still, fuck, like fly down for No Coast, buy a shitbox Legacy, and drive it back.
I mean, straight up, dude, it's entirely doable. I mean, probably do the same damn thing in like Phoenix.
Oh yeah, I mean we have a friend in Albuquerque. You may not remember us.
I've got a few friends in Albuquerque still, and I've got a few friends in Phoenix. So I mean, these places are entirely doable.
Oh yeah, no, we would. God, I want to go to Phoenix just because I want to like give Sally a hug and touch Marcus's hair and pet the shit out of her dogs.
Yeah, see, I've only ever been to the airport in Phoenix. I had a layover. Like that's it. I have never been outside of the airport in Arizona.
Man, I think if we do go to what?
Do you have a spare single cam 2.5?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs head gaskets, but otherwise it runs.
We'll
but one doesn't.
One, then. We'll find a different one because here is one for $600.
Jesus.
It needs a timing belt. So we just got to find a new engine.
What year is that?
98.
Hey.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it's
How
auto,
rusty is it?
It's all there. It's auto. It has all leather. It still has the cover for the trunk.
Oh,
area.
it still has the cargo cover. That's kind of a rare find.
Yeah.
And I have a manual transmission, so when we pop the engine out, we'll just put the manual in there.
We'll get halfway done on a project as we are wont to do, and then never finish it.
I mean,
$600.
I've got 2 complete manual swaps sitting in a fucking yard. I mean, they're both in cars, but I still have 2 complete swaps.
Here's another one with 130,000 miles.
What?
Which is actually really low.
That's insanely low.
Needs head gaskets.
I mean, head gaskets and what else? How long were they driving with the bad head gaskets?
Look, here's the thing. You just steam clean 2 pistons at a time, okay?
Here's a 99 for $750. Needs work, presses OBO, which probably means it needs an engine or a trans. But I was like, what else goes wrong on a Legacy or Outback? It's either the transmission or the engine.
I mean, yeah, the axles are the same as every other Subaru.
Or a diff bushing.
Clutches, whatever, diff bushings, exactly. They're all literally the exact same parts.
I'm pretty sure I have a spare flywheel. I have a gaggle of axles that I've pulled throughout the years. Some are from Dave.
I mean, yeah, shit, most of them are probably from me.
No, the 2 parts cars I had, I pulled axles out of.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean, I still have an entire hatch full of axles in the right-hand drive car.
Here's a 2.5 GT.
Ooh. Wagon or sedan?
Sedan.
Oh.
It needs an engine rebuild, so another
2.5.
Whatever.
01 Legacy looks just like mine, but way more fucked up than mine.
That's an achievement in and of itself.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
But it has vastly less miles. It has 50,000 less miles on it than mine does.
Again.
Runs and drives for $800. Mike, We need to save up all of our YouTube money. We're going to go buy Shitbox Legacy.
God, the YouTube money, the Patreon funds, we're just making this happen. Holy
All right,
shit.
Mike, here's the deal. If you front
Yo.
the cash for a set of keys and the head gaskets and a diff bushing, you can have my 2001 Outback.
What? That's all it needs?
It
Keys,
needs-
diff
it needs
pushing,
Head gaskets, a diff bushing, and keys.
I might
Jesus.
actually have a spare key and cylinder.
It's already got tinted windows and a Bluetooth stereo. You should have at it.
Jesus.
I might have a spare. God, I'm a fucking
Yeah.
junkyard.
Dude. See,
I was going to make
How-
it my drift car, but completely
I mean-
honestly, I feel like you should probably make it your daily.
oh man, that would be. Listen, not having a car payment would make things a lot easier. But, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure I could go back. I'm too used to having 5 forward gears. I can't go back to 4.
I mean, it is a manual.
Oh, then okay.
Also, we could manual swap it. I have literally
Oh, no.
7 transmissions laying in a garage in there.
Jesus.
It's literally
3.
already a stick.
Jesus. I don't
Oh yeah,
know.
the hatch doesn't open for some random ass reason, but
I
I'm
have-
sure it's
I-
just a
oh, I-
linkage.
I have a spare linkage.
Jesus Christ. There we go. All right. Well,
On
Oh,
next
crap.
I know I
next
have
week's
the spare linkage.
episode of Cam Shenanigans, we build Mike an Outback.
we put together an Outback, and I live my.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if you want to go this route or not, but I did buy a 2-inch spacer lift for that car.
No, I think I would be too tempted to do dumb things with it, dumber than I already would be doing.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, but no, it's just a Legacy, or is it an Outback?
It's an Outback.
Okay,
So it's probably
It's got like, well, no, it's tan cloth. Driver's
Okay.
side door panels, a little whatever. It was a smoker's car, but it's been mostly cleaned out.
okay.
So it honestly smells more like car parts than it does smoke anymore.
I had spare leather seats that were clean. I got rid of them.
But because it's an Outback, it has like the nice like wood trim and shit on it. Cup
Ooh.
holder's still there, still works.
I have a
hell
spare
yeah.
cup holder.
I think I have the title over here somewhere. I have all the paperwork from the dealership I bought it from, but
Nice.
sales tax was already paid for. I mean, I only paid $96 for the car, so
Jesus.
it needs air in a couple of tires, but they're almost brand new Goodyear Assurance all seasons.
Shit. This is man.
You want a Subaru? I got a Subaru for you, buddy.
I mean, I kind of wouldn't mind getting back into the Subaru game just because I know, like,
Dude, do we need to take a trip down to Payson?
I mean, let's figure out the key situation. And honestly, that it's like that dark, like wine red color with the gold bottom.
hell yeah.
Now it's all like oxidized and faded just because of it sitting outside for so long. But if that thing had a cut and buff, oof.
Oh, it would be. Oh yeah. No, I would. God.
And no rust.
And all it would cost me would be head gaskets, a diff bushing, and a set of keys.
I
Yes.
bet it'd be cheaper to get a new engine for that than head gaskets.
Well, I mean, it runs too. It just has a cylinder 1 misfire. Like it
So-
doesn't even overheat. It just has a cylinder 1 misfire and it consumes coolant.
So yeah. So man.
Like I let it idle for 2.5 hours with no battery in it because I needed to move it back into the spot that it's parked. But I had to move it
Jesus.
out to get another vehicle out.
Oh man, this might have. God.
God damn it! Because if you buy a fucking 2001 Subaru, I'll have to keep mine. Like I'll just have to.
Yeah, this one's a 2000, but I think it only has like 180 something thousand on it.
That's just getting broken in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How's
Yeah.
it?
on a
How's
spare
it?
head gasket.
How's that Guibo on the drive shaft? Do I need to fill it with silicone? Make it a
No,
solid mount.
no, should be fine. Should be
Okay,
fine.
good.
Yeah, no, like it's
Yeah.
that the diff just kind of clunks a little bit. Like you can kind of feel like the nose tip up and down, like when you let the clutch out, like in first or reverse. It just kind of
Okay.
makes a little pop.
What I'll say is, that does not affect the vehicle in any way, shape, or form because mine has been doing that for 40,000 miles.
Oh,
and
God, I mean,
I can
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
it's at this point, it's a
I feel
minor
like
annoyance.
every
I can
third
literally
and
live-
fourth gen Legacy does that.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
I can
man.
literally lift my diff and do this to it. With
Now,
my
see,
hand.
This one's
That's
not that bad. This
That-
it's still got good subframe bushings. It's just that mustache bar up front. It like just has a tiny little bit of play on like one side.
That's a lot easier to fix because mine are the subframe bushings. They're just
Well,
gone.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's it's the same exact thing as yours. It's the two posts on the back of the diff, and then it's got the
Yeah.
little mustache bar with the two
Well,
thingies.
Oh. well, see, I said this on Instagram the other night. One of my good night posts. Like when you get a chance, take a rebate. This is another moment. Like I would be taking those subframe spacers out, because that makes it a lot easier to put like Impreza coilovers on there and bring it a little more earthbound.
I mean, I've got on my Amazon lists in the Subaru parts category. Hold on, let me find this real quick. My lists. Here we go. Subaru. Let's see here. 24-way adjustable damper coilovers by Max Speeding Rods for BEBH Legacy, $314 and free shipping.
Ooh,
Or if you want the non-adjustable Max Speeding Rods, they are $300 and free shipping.
goddamn.
What,
Man,
what,
it's just-
what? Hold on. What? So send me a link.
Send you a link to the
Man.
Send me a link.
hold.
God, man, being able to extract money out of the van and then not having a car payment would be real fucking sweet.
Right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm all for getting rid of another car. Let's be real.
Yeah, I would be helping you out. You'd be helping me out.
In the grand scheme of things, it is like what a 54 square foot section of gravel that I get to put something else in. But
Yeah.
still,
Yeah, still, it's getting something out of your hair. It's a team building exercise for the lot of us as we attempt to replace head gaskets in that thing.
exactly. Okay, copy. I'm gonna throw this into the chat.
Okay.
Just a second. We should probably go ahead.
Yeah, we're way over on time.
Yeah, we're like 20 minutes over, but whatever. I think it's been fun for whoever the fuck is still watching.
Yes, the
Yeah.
whole like two people that are listening to us babble about getting you into a Subaru again.
Yeah, getting us into that shit box.
It is a clean title too. I know that
that's the most-
may or may not be a concern, but
It kind of is a concern. I'd prefer a clean title, just because I'm elitist like that.
Oh, fuck, this might make me keep the Subaru. Fuck.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for joining us, going down this weird rabbit hole the last half hour. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Dave somehow became a used Subaru dealer. Oh man, I might just be weirdly taking steps back in my life somehow, and I don't quite know how that works.
back or forward.
I would be getting a rebate on a Subaru that I really wanted to lower properly lower my legacy, and I just never.
Would have been the best one to do it.
Oh yeah. So, but whatever. I will definitely do it on this one. Fuck it.
And with my insurance for just liability, it was $30 a month.
Oh god, yeah, that would be Jesus Christ. That would free up.
Bro, you would be saving rent by driving this Outback.
Yeah. God. Fuck. Okay.
Let's get you into a Subaru, Mike. Let's do it, man.
Also,
God,
my
yeah.
insurance doesn't know what my Subaru is, so that's a very important factor.
It's very true. I mean, this is going to be on paper. It's going to be a stock Subaru.
I have a spare muffler as well too.
God, this might end up, if things go right, this might end up being the Subaru I always wanted to build, which would be like basically putting a WRX drivetrain in this fucking thing.
What
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Fucking hell. All right, we need to stop this before we need to end this so I can take a breather and finish my laundry. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
All right, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Dave, for selling me a Subaru. Thank you, Zach, for not dying of a 17th century disease. Thank you for watching. behalf of Dave and Zach, I've been Mike. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Adios, muchachos.